we conceived that we should put in activities which will allow the ordinary Ghanaians to celebrate with us and participate in the various activities. Thank GBC for opening its doors to us. I must put on record that this program is being shown live and is at no cost to the judiciary. I think let's clap to GBC. And so I will end it here. Let us remain quietly, appreciate the contestants as they deliver, and ensure that at the end of the day, we'll have a successful program. Thank you very much for your attention.
For this immaculate speech by Justice Richard J. Frimpong of the Supreme Court, we have other important persons here. Justice Asadako, Justice of the Supreme Court. Justice Angelina Homia, Justice of the Court of Appeal. Justice Jennifer Dodu, Court of Appeal. Mrs. Asante Boche, I told you to see you. Court of Appeal. Afari Yeboah, I'm sorry. Afari Yeboah, Mrs. Court of Appeal. Dr. Anas Owusu Dapa, Court of Appeal. Don Mark Alifo, Court of Appeal. No, Justice Don Mark Alifo. Justice Vivian Mfojua Jan. Her Honor Susan Edufo, Second Judge. Her Honor Susan Nakote, Second Judge. C.K. Akpalu, Member Replying Committee. Dr. Gail Sabo, Member Replying Committee. And Emmanuel James, a member of the Planning Committee. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the contestants, these are gurus. They are professional contestants of what you know. Now, I think that as the procedure requires, I would invite them to introduce themselves, the contestants.
The greatest of respect, Julius Patamia.
Salim Ahmed Salim, Walambale, Upper West Region.
Mr. Idinlos, Fred Danso Amuafi, Abuadu Wachin,
And we have the Spintes Accra.
So we have some lawyers of the panel, not so. They are lawyers, venerable lawyers, brave, committed lawyers. Now, as far as the rules are concerned, you know them. But for the sake of the audience, I think that I have a duty to explain the rules in detail. Now, there are two types of questions. Normally, you will be entitled to answer a major question for 3 points. Now, when you fail in your bid at answering a major question, it differentiates into what you call a minor or a bonus question, which will be passed on to the other contestants until it is answered. If it is not answered, then you go back to the quizmaster who delivers the answer, and we go back to the same person who started the train of disaster. Now, of course, as far as I'm concerned, you have 10 seconds within which to answer questions, whether minor or major. Again, depending upon the propriety of an answer, I reserve the right to award less than the maximum number of points. That is, depending upon how concordant, how congruent, a particular answer have been given to the answer question propounded by the quizmaster. Now, 10 seconds and no more. Action testing, round one, question one. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that I have the duty to announce the presence of Justice Yao Pong. Call for video. Call for video. I should have seen him. Justice Pong, welcome. Now, action sessions. Round one, question one. Patamia. Now listen. The 1876 Supreme Court was established for the Gold Coast colony. Now, there was an even earlier Supreme Court, but it did not survive. In which year was the earlier Supreme Court?
1853.
Oh, voila. Is it girls?
Earlier Supreme Court.
In what year was the earlier Supreme Court abolished?
1866.
Sorry?
1866.
1866. Patamia is a venerable contestant, but take it easy. 1866, 3 points. Now, for 3, you are the reigning champion, not so. Ahmed, Salim. When that earlier court was removed, something had to take its place. What courts replaced the abolished Supreme Court in 1866?
I think the Court of Civil and Criminal Justice.
It's correct, 3 points. The Court of Civil and Criminal Justice. Your turn for 3 points. John Awuni. John. Long before 1876, the colonialists had tried their hand at a Supreme Court for their forts and settlements. Now, what earlier ordinance had established a Supreme Court for Her Majesty's forts and settlements on the Gold Coast?
The 1853 ordinance.
Imam Bifo, what kind of ordinance?
The Crown of 1853 ordinance.
I'm afraid, John. Fred, there's one more.
The Supreme Court ordinance of 1853.
The Supreme Court ordinance of 1853, 1 point. 1 point, yes. Supreme Court ordinance, you understand? It was not just an ordinance simpliciter, but a Supreme Court ordinance. Therefore, the bond of 1844 was a historic agreement signed on March 6 in Cape Coast, Ghana, between party chiefs and the British government. Now, it established a British protectorate over coastal Gold Coast states and laid the foundational legal framework for British colonial rule in modern day Ghana. The bond of 1844 was not only about politics, it carried a rather noble line about the law, about what the law is truly for. Now, what did the bond of 1844 describe as the first object of law?
The first object of the bond of 1844 was 1, to protect individuals with an S and property without EIES.
On the whole details, all the access and so on. The protection of individuals and property. You have been a champion before, Fred Danso Amoakon. Well, you've been a champion. However, now today, our Supreme Court has the last word. But back then, the last word was spoken thousands of miles away. Which body in London had the final appeals from the Gold Coast in colonial times?
The PV Council.
Sorry?
The PV Council.
Second chance. The answer must be full.
The PV Council of London.
No. Fatabia?
The Privy Council of...
Another venerable contestant trying to find an answer there.
Privy Council of the House of Lords.
Tintinabulation. The build-up. Yes, your turn.
The Judicial Committee of the British Privy Council.
The Judicial Committee. The Judicial Committee. Now, Salim, new codes in, old codes out. Now, the 1876 ordinance quietly retired one colonial office. Now, declare the name of the office abolished by the 1876 Supreme Court ordinance.
The Office of Judicial Assessor.
This is correct. 3 points. Office of Judicial Assessor. In 1876, the 1876 court had a grand full court. Now, it was rather well traveled. It did not sit in Accra alone. Apart from Accra, name another city where the full court of the colonial Supreme Court sat.
Lagos, Nigeria.
Sorry?
Lagos, Nigeria.
I know Lagos is Nigeria. Lagos in Nigeria. Lagos in Nigeria. Now, that's all. Listen. In the life of the judiciary in Ghana are signposts that must be remembered all the time. Now, a silver moment in our judicial history, a night in June 1982, when the bench itself was attacked. 3 judges, together with a retired army officer, were abducted and killed. Name them. Name all the 3 judges in question here.
Her Ladyship Cecilia Cranton Addo, Her Lordship Fred Sarkodie, Poku Sarkodie. Then we have finally the Lordship Ejepon, together with a military man, Sir Major.
You see, as I indicated, depending upon how congruent a particular answer is to the question propounded by the quizmaster, I reserve the right. I'll give you 2 out of 3. There was a small error, but it needs to be considered. Justice Frederick Poku was a man, not a woman. Justice Frederick Poku Sarkodie, his lordship. Gabriel, now, listen. Sir Kobna Akukosa became the first Chief Justice of Ghana after independence, declared the period he occupied this noble office.
19th to 1960.
Look, my friend.
19th to 1964.
I disagree. Your turn.
1957 to 1963.
That is the answer. 3 in accordance with the rules. Now, Patania, in a democracy, the real boss is not the president or parliament. Our constitution names the true sovereign. Now, in whom does the sovereignty of Ghana reside? Under the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana.
In the people of Ghana. But now, tell me, what does Article 1(2) declare?
The supremacy of the Constitution.
Sorry?
The supremacy
the
of the
supremacy of the Constitution is in Article 1(2). Ghana winning. Now, so what happens to a law that dares to contradict the Constitution? It does not end well for the law. Now, declare what happens to any law that is inconsistent with the Constitution.
That law is declared void and by the Supreme Court.
I disagree. The Constitution Master would not lend countenance to such an answer. Second chance.
It is declared void.
Oh, la.
The law becomes null and void.
Yes, I admire the energy injected here, but I'm afraid I may have to go to Antonio Yeboah.
The law becomes non-existent.
Look, Patamia.
The law to the extent of the inconsistency.
To the extent of the inconsistency. That's all you got. To the extent of the inconsistency. Now, for 3 points,
Patamia.
Patamia. Now, the last question here. Now, who presides over the Supreme Court in the absence of the Chief Justice?
The absence of the Chief Justice, the senior most Justice of the Supreme Court, presides over the Supreme Court.
No. Presides. When we talk about somebody presiding, you must know what we're talking about. Yeah, the time. Salim.
The next point, the senior most among the judges, Supreme Court judges.
John.
The senior most judge in the Supreme Court, or on the bench of the Supreme Court.
Fred, you started this one.
No.
Yeah, Fred.
Let me do an illustration.
Yeah, Fred.
See, the bench.
Who presides over the Supreme Court in the absence? Presides over the Supreme Court.
The senior most person on the bench.
Yes, at the time, on the panel. That is the answer.
Wow.
The senior most at the time. Wow. He presiding. But you're waiting for this one. The senior most judge on the panel becomes the assistant. Will substitute the Chief Justice. End of round one.
Morning time, the pot is ready. Mama cook it nice and steady. Call your people, call your crew. Oba spaghetti made for you. Come chop, come chop. Everybody chop. Oba on my table, we no go stop. Come chop, come chop. Everybody chop. Oba on my table, we no go stop. Everybody chop. Oba.
This advert is FDA approved.
The placenta can prematurely separate from the womb.
Babies actually develop their hearing by 7 months in utero.
While they are in the womb?
Yes.
Tetracycline. It gets to stain your child's teeth and you wonder why my baby have yellow teeth.
Some of them are very active, and then people say this child is a very bad child, it's so naughty, but they probably have a problem.
I don't think a man can prove his fertility. It's a woman who usually can't prove the fertility by carrying
pregnant, unless there's a DNA test.
Fruits of the Womb, showing this and every Sunday at 3 p.m. on GTV. Fruits of the Womb is brought to you by the National Health Insurance Authority.
Morning time, the pot is ready. Mama cook it nice and steady. Call your people, call your crew. Oba spaghetti made for you. Come chop, come chop. Everybody chop. Oba on my table, we no go stop. Come chop, come chop. Everybody chop. Oba on my table, we no go stop. Everybody chop. Oba.
This advert is FDA approved.
In Ghana, football is not just a game. It is the conversation in the morning, the argument in the afternoon, and the heartbeat of the evening. From Accra to Tamale, Cape Coast to Ho, we may come from different places, but when the whistle blows, we stand as one, we watch as one, we cheer as one, and when the victory comes, we win as one.
Catch the World Cup action live on GTV. World Cup for every...
Awuni, John Awuni, Zwaboga Electoral Area, Pusiga District in the Upper East Region, has 3 points. Fred Danso Amoako, native of Anumabo Snake Office Complex, Koforidia, came with 7 points. Julius Pasamia Accra has 8 points. And in the lead at the moment is Salim Ahmed Salim, Welembele, Sisala District, Sisala East District in the Upper West Region with 10 points.
A round of applause for Salim. I have the pleasure of announcing the presence of His Lordship Justice Charles William Zwolitz, Court of Appeal. I'm Francis Pony, Esquire, Head of Chambers, Abodiwa, and President of the Eastern Regional Bar. Round 2, question 1. Fred, tell me for 3 points. Fred, listen. What case affirmed constitutional democracy in relation to the office of the Chief Justice?
Dufour versus Attorney General.
Absolutely. 3 points. Gabriel, listen. Which 1970 case dealt with the tenure of public officers after a constitutional transition? 3 points.
He case Salah versus the Republic.
Sorry?
E.K. Salah versus the
I
Republic.
disagree. That was not the title of the case.
E.K. Salah versus the Attorney General.
That's correct. For 3 points. Salah, an Attorney General. For 3, Batamia. Listen. Now, which 1993 case dealt, under political, which 1993 case affirmed the constitutional rights to demonstrate without first begging the police?
MPP versus Attorney General and IGP.
Sorry?
MPP versus Attorney General IGP. MPP versus IGP.
Simplicity. MPP versus IGP. Salim. For 3. What case is popularly known as the December 31st case?
I think MPP versus the Republic.
Sorry?
MPP versus, no, the 31st December case.
31st December case. Yes, sir. 31st December.
Yes.
December.
MPP versus the Republic.
No, my friend. We better done.
MPP versus the Attorney General.
It is correct. With 1 more. MPP versus the Attorney General. And for 3, listen. In MPP versus Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, 1993, what did the courts require the state broadcaster to give opposition parties?
Equal platform to opposition parties to propagate their message.
Sorry?
Equal platform to opposition parties to use the state broadcaster.
That's correct. Fair and equal access to airtime. Now, for 3, Fred, there's this case which is associated with the challenge to Justice Alban's appointment as Chief Justice.
Ghana Bar Association versus Attorney General.
It's correct. And for 3, Engage Mensa versus the Attorney General. On what ground did the court strike down the forced membership rule for distillers? Oh, sorry. Engage Mensa versus the Attorney General. What must ministers from a previous term do before continuing in a new term?
They must write a new note.
Look, my friend. Yes, your turn.
They must be vetted anew.
Sorry?
They must be subject to parliamentary vetting.
Yes, you must mention Parliament. What one? Obtain the approval of Parliament. Now, Patamia, in 10 Adi versus the Electoral Commissioner, what enforceable rights did the court affirm?
The right of every Ghanaian to vote, the right to be registered by the Electoral Commission so that they can exercise
the right to be registered is correct. 3 points. The right to be registered as a voter. Now, for 3 points is yours, John Awuni. John.
No.
Now, the Constitution.
Salim.
Oh, sorry. Salim. Flynn. the Constitution sets a floor for how many justices the apex court must have, over and above the Chief Justice as well. Now, what is the constitutional minimum number of Supreme Court judges apart from the Chief Justice?
Less than 9.
Sorry?
Less than 9. The Chief Justice is number less than 9.
Huh?
The Chief Justice plus any figure less than 9.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, John.
More than 9.
No. I'm home.
Sir, please, my lord, in which case? Because I want to mention any case. The Constitution says that.
What is the answer? What is the constitutional minimum number of Supreme Court justices apart from the Chief Justice?
Not less than 9.
No.
Not less than 9 Supreme Court justices.
Of course, that is the answer. Not less. Not less than 9. Now, is it your turn?
That is so, my lord.
Now, Fred. Fred. Now, what is the ordinary minimum? The minimum number of justices required for the Supreme Court to sit?
5.
5 is correct. And for 3, Yabaro. Yeah. Now, you do not stroll into the Supreme Court fresh from the law school. You do not. They want some gray hairs at the bar. Now, what minimum standing at the bar is required for appointment as a Supreme Court justice?
15 years.
I disagree.
Please, the question again.
Oh. What minimum standing at the bar is required for appointment as a Supreme Court judge? Yes, Batamia?
Not less than 15 years at the bar.
Of course.
Not less than 15 years as a lawyer.
That's all. It is correct. 1 point. Applause. Not less than 15 years. Huh? Of course, it's anomaly to say 15 years, but not less than 15 years is correct. Now, for 3 points. Now here, I require you deliver all the essential requirements of the answer. Now, apart from legal experience, what other personal qualities?
High moral character and proven integrity.
Sorry? What do you say?
Continue.
What personal qualities does one need for appointment to the Supreme Court?
High moral character and proven integrity.
This is correct. It is correct. High moral character and proven integrity. Now, for 3 points, Selassie, there has Salim. Now, there has been robust debate regarding raising the mandatory retirement age from 60 to 65. Now, proponents cite improving the life expectancies and pension sustainability, while stakeholders, including the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, continuously assess the social impacts, such as the potential access effects on youth employment and health outcomes before making legal appointments. Now, what is the retirement
70
age?
years, 70 years.
The retirement age for justices of the Supreme Court is what?
70 years.
70 years. 3 points. In whose name is justice administered in Ghana? In whose name?
The Republic.
Don.
The Republic.
Sorry?
The Republic.
In the name of the Republic. Okay? Thank you. Donald, the sovereignty of Ghana resides in its people, and any law found to be inconsistent with the Constitution is, to the extent of the inconsistency, be considered null and void. Now, the Constitution is divided into 26 chapters and includes the preamble covering territories, citizenship, the directive principles of state policy, representation, and the armed forces. Tell me, which chapter of the 1992 Constitution would you say deals with the judiciary?
Chapter 11.
It is correct. 3 points. Judicial power does not belong to the president or to parliament. The Constitution hands it to the courts. Now, which article vests judicial power in the judiciary? Last question here.
Article 125.
3 points forever.
Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, Wazo TV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, 1 unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by Sportybet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.
In Ghana, football is not just a game. It is the conversation in the morning, the argument in the afternoon, and the heartbeat of the evening. From Accra to Tamale, Cape Coast to Ho, we may come from different places, but when the whistle blows, we stand as one, we watch as one, we cheer as one, and when the victory comes, we win as one.
Catch the World Cup action live on GTV. World Cup for every Ghanaian.
First question.
At the end of the second round of the competition, Anthony Oyagbero has 6 points. John Awuni has 10 points. Salim Ahmed Salim came with 13 points. Julius Patamia has 19 points. And now in the lead is Fred Danso Amwakon with 20 points.
But one name that deserves mention is the president of the Ghana Bar Association.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Mrs. Afari President of the Ghana Bar Association. Round 3, question 1. Patanya, listen, which article gives the Supreme Court exclusive jurisdiction, original jurisdiction in constitutional...
Article 130.
It is there. 3 points. 3 points. Salim, name the superior courts of judicature under the Constitution of Ghana. All of them.
The Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, the High Court, and the Regional Tribunal.
That's correct. 3 points. I was waiting for an actuality here. The regional tribunals still remain a part of the superior courts of judicature in the Constitution. Your turn for 3. John. Picture a trial in a lower court when, out of nowhere, a serious constitutional puzzle pops up. That court cannot freelance. If a genuine constitutional interpretation issue arises in a lower court, what must the court do?
Refer to the Supreme Court.
I disagree with that answer. It's a bit paralytic. Yes, therefore,
the court must stay proceedings, then can refer to the Chief Justice, who will then refer for interpretation of that matter pursuant to the interpretative jurisdiction of the Supreme Court.
I think that the answer is a bit warped, and I don't understand the...
Let them come again. For instance, the case of Kubaji.
It's a minor question, sorry. So, Deborah...
They will stay and then refer to the Supreme Court.
And they refer? No?
So, under the exclusive original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, under Article 130, the state proceedings refer the matter in question to the Supreme Court for interpretation, then act on the Supreme Court's direction.
You mentioned the Chief Justice. Okay. And the Chief Justice has no place here. Yes. State proceedings and refer the constitutional question to the Supreme Court. Now, for 3 points, is it
Patania?
This is an order that compels a public body or authority.
Mandamus.
Oh la la. It is an order that quashes a decision made without jurisdiction, in breach of natural justice, or with an error apparent on the face of the record. Name it.
Certiorari.
Now, I was born in 1835. I was a student of the Edinburgh Institution and the University of Edinburgh. In 1860, I was called to the Scottish Bar and sworn in as magistrate of Gambia in 1867 with full powers as a judge. I was appointed Chief Justice of a certain country or colony in 1876 and was knighted the same year. Who am I?
Sir David Patrick Chalmers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What case is famous for interpreting Article 1815 of the government's international business transactions?
The Balkan Energy case.
Sorry?
The Balkan Energy case.
The full title. What is
the Balkan Energy case.
What's the full title?
The Balkan Energy case.
Yeah, that is the case.
Attorney General. Attorney General versus the Balkan Energy
case. That is the answer. Versus the Balkan Energy. Now for 3, Yadborough. Yeah. This case, it is associated with Martin Amadou's challenge involving Woyome, Alfred Woyome. Name the full case, the full title. The full title.
Yes, I'll get it.
And I insist on the full title of the case. Yadborough is an
Woyome versus.
No, don't go there.
What are we versus Attorney General?
Sorry, no, I disagree. Yeah, your turn. Patamia. Full title.
Martin Amidou versus Attorney General Waterville Holding and Alfred Agbeshi Woyome.
Sorry? Again?
Martin Amidou versus Attorney General Waterville Holding and Woyome.
It's correct. Martin Amidou against Attorney General Waterville Holdings and Alfred Agbeshi Woyome. Now for 3 points. Now for 3. Now listen. Now this case made the Auditor General's disallowance and surcharge power a real duty. What case is that?
The Occupy Ghana versus Attorney General.
Occupy Ghana! Tell him. Now, what case concerned the challenge to Martin Amadou's appointment as special prosecutor?
Pass it on.
Pass, quickly. John, it's yours.
I also pass.
You pass. And so you pass.
Dominic Akuriga Ayini versus Attorney General.
It is correct. It is correct. For 3 points. Now, you see, this case decided the voting rights of a presiding deputy speaker. What case?
Justice Abdullahi versus Attorney General.
It is correct again. Okay, final question here. Now, this one arose from the Speaker's declaration of 4 parliamentary seats vacant. What case is this? It arose from the Speaker's...
Affinio Martin versus Attorney General.
Sorry?
Affinio Martin versus Attorney General.
No, I disagree with you. Second chance.
Afeni Markin versus Speaker of Parliament.
Speaker of Parliament. No. No. I said you're versus Speaker of Parliament. No. Yeah, Patamia.
The question again.
The Speaker's statement or declaration that 4 parliamentary seats were vacant. What case is this?
Okay.
It arose from that statement by the Speaker of Parliament.
So, Alexander Alpenyu-Markin versus Speaker of the Attorney General is the Speaker of Parliament.
Sorry?
Alexander Alpenyu-Markin versus the Attorney General is the Speaker of Parliament.
Who is the Speaker of Parliament?
Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin.
Alpenyu-Markin versus who?
The Speaker of Parliament versus the Attorney General, Speaker of Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin.
You're compounding the whole issue. Huh? Again, I can't understand.
Alpenyu-Markin versus Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin.
That's all.
And the Attorney General.
That is the answer. Oh. But I think
Bonus came twice.
No, you asked me for clarity.
Put your hands together for me. You were even mentioning the Speaker's name and so on, which were all irrelevant, you know.
I'm sorry.
Alpenyu-Markin versus Speaker of Parliament and Attorney General. End of the contest.
Inconsistent.
The world's biggest football festival is here, and Ghana is watching together. This June, the Ghana TV Consortium brings you the FIFA World Cup 2026 live and free to air on GTV, Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, Wezo TV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, 1 unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by Sportybet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.
On Facebook, hold on, I'm checking on the tablet.
Hello? Asna reported to the office. At this time?
Right here on Facebook. Look at the time. I need to go to work. I'm so late.
Young lady, the days where workers come to the office late, chat online the whole day, and leave the office before 5 are over.
This is how we've been doing things here all the time.
Change has come to Ghana, and it means our attitude must change. You are fired.
You are paid to work in your office. Respect your office by practicing proper time management. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Ministry of Information.
At the end of the very final round of the competition, Anthony Oyagberu Spinkters Accra had 5 points. He had 6 points. John Awuni, Zwabuga Electoral Area, Pusiga District in the Upper East region, had 13 points. Salim Ahmed Salim, Walembele Sisala East District, Upper West region, came with 19 points. Danso Amwako, a native of Anumabo Snit Office Complex, Koforidia, had 27 points. And with 31 points, Julius Patamia Accra came tops.
In accordance with tradition, I would invite all of you to put your hands together and applaud Julius Patamia. And now the presentation of prizes. Shall we invite Justice Vivian Infojo Jan of the High Court to present the 5th prize. First prize goes to Anthony Oyagberu, and he takes away law books and 2,000 cities. We shall invite Mrs. Efwagati, President of the Ghana Bar Association, to present the 4th prize. And this one goes to Don Awuni. He takes away law books and 2,000 cities. Thank you, Mrs. Barkley. And now the 3rd prize. The 3rd prize would go to Salim Ahmed Salim. Prize to be presented by Justice Charles Zwellis, Justice of Appeal. Thank you, Mrs. Zwellis, and he takes away 2,000 and law books. Second to Fred Danso Amwako, prize to be presented by Justice Jennifer Dodu, Justice of the Court of Appeal, and his is an enhancement of the amount. He takes away 3,000 cities. Fred Danso Amwako. And now the most coveted prize, ladies and gentlemen, to be presented by no other person than Justice Yawa Sadako, Justice of the Supreme Court. Ladies and gentlemen, this prize goes to no other person than the one who came first in this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, he had a whopping 31 points. At the end of the whole arrangement, he takes away law books and a whopping 5,000 Ghana cedis. Julius Patamia. Now, the books, all the books, were authored by Dr. Ernest Owusu Dapa, the Ghana legal system and legal method, and Justice Berima Kode Yao upon contemporary trends in immovable property. I don't know round of applause. We've come to the end of the whole caboodle. The Lord bless you and keep you. Lord,